Yes, I lost over $30,000 trying to be a full-time photographer. Now, successfully, I did it 5 years ago, but the first 5 years of my business, I was out here struggling, and I wish I could have shortcut until the past previous 5 years because I really learned a lot. And if I knew some of those things sooner, I could have been grown my business. So you're going to shortcut your success today because get some notes because I'm going to give you some gems so that you can start growing your photography business today because it's time to get it. And by the way, my name is Coach K, where I coach you on this channel not to buy a camera gear so that you can be a full-time photographer by learning some of these skills I'm going to talk to you about in this video. So yeah, you might want to write these down. So a quick backstory on me, right? I started photography about 11 years ago, right? And I had no direction as what I was going to be as a photographer. I just knew I was going to get that Nikon D3200 and I was going to take some pictures and just figure out my camera. That was my goal in the beginning. Now, I got my camera and I started taking pictures of everything around the house, even went to the park, take some pictures of flowers, birds, and stuff like that. But I didn't know what I want to do as far as long term with my business, right? And then I started taking photos of my kids and then I started posting them on Facebook and then people were inquiring me about, I like them photos you take because they dope. Can we book a session? I'm like, what is booking a session? So I just basically winged the first few people that I got in my business. I just basically tell them to let's book a date and we meet up. I had no contracts. I had no invoices. I just met up and I got paid after the shoot. So I did that for about a month or two and then I started looking at videos on YouTube as far as photography business. And when I first started looking, I was like, there's no videos out there talking about the real business side of photography. And then, so I had to figure that part out. So I was talking to some people as far as business-wise, and it was you should have contracts and invoices. Contracts and invoices is how you grow a business. So I'm like, okay, how do I make a contract? You know what I'm saying? What does a contract consist of? So I started doing some Googles back then, and Google kind of guided me in that direction. My contract didn't have much on it, but it was good enough for me to actually get a client to sign. And then back then, we had to sign contracts. How was I signing those contracts back then? Oh yeah, I was emailing it to my clients and they would sign it with their pen and then email it back. So that's how it was before all this good technology now. That's how I used to get my contracts out. And then as far as my invoices, I would get paid off of Cash App. I was just winging that process as well. So I got through that. I was doing that pretty good. And then I noticed I was getting a lot of clients and I was booking out good. So once I started getting booked out good, I was like, okay, I'm making some good money. Next thing I know, certain things in photography were taking care of bills in the house. So I'm like, okay, this is what's up right here. And then later on, after a few years, I noticed photography had took over my actual job. So when I saw that, I was like, okay, yo, I might be could quit my job, So I just started to plan like that. I just said, I'm gonna figure out exactly how to run this photography business so that I can quit my job. And at the time, I had no idea how I was going to do that. But then I started following this coach, Brandon shot me on social media, and he was talking about marketing. So I'm thinking I'm posting my photos on Instagram now. That's marketing. I'm thinking okay, I'm getting bookings. But he mentioned something that said if you are getting paid this amount of much, say for instance, photo shoots were $150 to $300 and you're shooting weddings and you're getting burnt out. I'm like, dang, he's talking straight to me. So I realized I was not marketing my business. I was just getting paid, but I could have actually got paid more money off of the things I was doing. Say for instance, the photo shoots, I could have been charging $500 or $1,000 for photo shoots. My weddings at the time, I was charging $1,000, so I could have actually charged $3,000 or $4,000. But I didn't know how to do that because I was working with the people that knew me. So Now that I know marketing, I know the people that don't know me will be my clients that I want to work with, because the people that know you, they're not going to pay you your worth. Yo, photographer and videographer, you got a nice camera, you got nice lens, but you're still not getting booked. And you're probably doing what I used to do. You buy more gear. But I've learned camera gear don't fix marketing. Camera gear don't fix pricing. And camera gear does not teach you how to close clients on a call. So if you're tired of not getting booked, not knowing what to charge, and how to find the clients that are going to pay you, that's why I built the Shoot to Get Paid community. Inside this group, I will be going live twice a month, answering your questions, reviewing your work, helping you create packages, and giving you strategies on how to close clients on a call. So if you're tired of being broke, join the Shoot to Get Paid community. Click the link. So I realized that I was like, yo, okay. And then I have to make videos too. But that was the process as far as like making videos. Like I was not with that. I was like, yo, I'm going to go back home and post these pictures. But like, I'm not about to do no video. So I went back home and posted pictures, and I thought that would work. Nah, that didn't work at all. So I realized like, okay, I had to do these videos. So I started doing the videos. Like I just started doing the videos, and they were trash in the beginning. Man, those videos were trash. And sometimes I didn't even want to post them. I didn't even like my voice. But I said, let me just do this right here for 100 days, yo, because I seen the pattern of me leaving my job to grow my business. I saw that. But I wanted to make sure that I make security money so that I know, okay, the main thing I knew I need in my job was to actually grow my business was marketing, because if I learn to market to people, like I'm going to always have money. But if I kept buying the camera gear, I knew that was a pattern that was going to lead me to lose $30,000. So I was like, okay, let me go ahead and make these videos. So I said, I'm going to do it for 100 days, and I'm going to see what happens. First 30 days, man, it was trash. I was swirling around in the chair, like I was saying, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, the videos was not it. But I kept going. So I was like, next 60 days, because I did like evaluation every 3 months. So I was like, okay, the 60 day, no, every month. So yeah, the first 30 days it was trash. 60 days, I was like, okay, I'm getting some motion, like, because I got a few people that inboxed me off the videos, and those videos was not that tough, but like they were good enough to get people to inbox me. So I was like, okay, cool. Let me go ahead and bump this thing up. Let me figure out like how this algorithm works. And then I started figuring out how the algorithm works. And then when I saw how the algorithm works, I was like, okay, I'm talking too long in the videos. Maybe I need to shorten up my videos. So once I shortened up my videos and made them like under 20 seconds, like I was getting a lot of views. And then I was like, yo, okay, I used to film on video and actually just like trying to talk through. But I was like, yo, let me stop and see if I can do this sentence by sentence. So I would write down 3 sentences as far as like giving the brides, because I was working with brides at the time. That's another thing I would say, like make sure that you shoot one type of photography. Don't shoot everything. Once you shoot one type of photography, you can charge the maximum price. Like, don't ask me why it works. It works. So yeah, I started to shoot. I was talking to the brides, right? And then I noticed like, okay, let me do 3 sentences. I did 3 sentences. Say a sentence, pause, say a sentence, pause, say a sentence, pause. And then I was like, yo, because I wasn't fully in the video editing at the time. I just started videography at the time. I was a full-time photographer. So I was trying to get used to video. So I put all those clips together and they flow. I said, okay, let me just throw a little B-roll in there, because I had a lot of B-roll from the weddings that I shot. I had some B-roll as far as like behind the scenes stuff. So I was like, okay, let me add some B-roll in there. Once I added B-roll in there, and the reel was together, like it was getting me like views on top of views. So I was like, oh snap. And then I started getting inquiries. And then I shot this one bride that had a red dress, and like that was I seen a pattern like colorful dresses now, but yo, when I shot that bride with that red dress, that thing went viral. And so it was going viral organically. So I already knew how to run Facebook ads as well. So I put some more money behind that reel. And next thing you know, like, yo, I was getting booked out a year and a half in advance. And I was like, yo, okay, so this is how it works. So then I quit my job. Then I was like, okay, cool. I got the process. Like, I know how to market my business. Let me go ahead and quit my job. But then it hit me like after I quit my job, right? I quit my job, and this happened 6 months after I quit my job, right? I got my Facebook ads got hacked because I was running ads also off of the good reels that I created. I was running ads as well, and the ads really helped also, but I got hacked. So once I got hacked, it was like, oh snap, like yo, what I'm gonna do? And then I had to grow from scratch because like my account got hacked, so I couldn't get back into the account. So once I couldn't get back into the account, I was just like, oh yo, what I'm going to do? So this is what happened after that. After I got after I built another account, right? I started to see people wanting to contact me as far as shooting business owners. So that's what I would like to say to photographers out there that are also like focusing on weddings, portraits, events. Like, yo, to be honest with you, don't focus on that because what I realize is the people that have a 9 to 5 job, they don't have the money to pay us. It's just what it is. Like they work in a 9 to 5, and we're trying to ask them for $1,000 to shoot an event or for their wedding, $3,000 or $4,000. Like yo, they have to save up that money. So who has money for us is local business owners in your area, right? They have a yearly budget from corporate where they send to like videographers for photographers that help them promote their business. Like that they have a yearly budget for that. So that yearly budget could consist of $100,000 for just promotion. So that's a lot of money as photographers, videographers, we living on the table. Ever since I quit shooting weddings because I was getting booked out in advance, my account got hacked, and then I wanted to. Once my account got hacked, like my I had to change my life. So it was like, yo, I had to figure out like, okay, what do I want in my life? What do I don't want in my life? I was like, okay, maybe this is a good thing because I was getting booked out too far in advance, and also I realized like, okay, I am starting to get burned out because the weddings were getting a little bit too much because, like, you know, majority of the time, sometimes with photographers, we don't get to do our job, especially after the wedding. Like, certain wedding planners don't want to even let us get our shot. So it's just hit or miss when you have a good wedding planner. But when I was adjusting to after getting hacked, I was like, it's less stress over here shooting these business owners. I'm like, okay, this might be a thing that I want to look into. And then I was booking the business owners like a week after they book. Like say for instance they book today and I'm shooting them next week. That's much more better than me booking a wedding where a bride is going to have me on their schedule a year in advance. Like I don't know if I want to shoot that wedding that far out. My life gonna change between there. Maybe something comes up. And I was also missing my daughter's softball games on Saturdays at the time. So I was like, yo, maybe I need to change. So yeah, after I was finished shooting weddings, like I focused on growing my other business as far as shooting business owners. And I would say like I've spent less money on photography because the main thing as far as running my business now, I maybe spend $300 or $400 a month because like I really changed my business. Like as far as buying camera gear, I don't buy camera gear and I don't shoot everything. I promote my business and I have contracts and invoices in place. And I also, this is the big gem for you, I also got a coach in all those things that I needed. Like if I needed like marketing, I didn't know nothing about marketing. I hired a coach. Yes, it was a good bit of money, but I hired that coach. It shortcut me. I didn't know what I was doing before I hired that coach, but after I hired the coach, all I had to do is do what he told me to do. And that's a mind shift thing that you have to be with yourself and understand. Like, okay, this coach, I'm paying him money. I got to make sure I do what he says because he's farther than me. Because that's one thing you're going to do. If you hire a coach, you're not going to listen to him again because you're going to be stuck in the ways that you think things are going to be. But yeah, after you hire a coach, I got a coach also as far as these YouTube videos. Like, how you think I get better with these YouTube videos with the thumbnails and the titles and all that stuff? Like, I hired a coach. You see what I'm saying? So that's what I say. You might want to focus on these things in photography. You don't want to go down the road that I went down as far as like wasting money on camera gear because like I lost over 30K on camera gear and I wish I did those things first. I wish I Stop buying the camera gear. I didn't shoot everything. Promote my business on camera. Have contracts and invoices in place. And get a coach. So if you need a coach to help you out with these things in your photography business so that you can stop wasting money on camera gear, click the link below and join the community. And your boy out. Chew.